Sherlock Holmes is one of the world's most beloved detectives, and that shows in the fact that some scholars estimate that he may be the most adapted character from literature. However, with over a century's worth of material to analyze, there is still one question that is at the forefront of some people's minds. Is Sherlock Holmes asexual? For many shippers out there, the mere idea is blasphemy, as Sherlock either belongs with Watson, Irene Adler, or many more pairings thanks to the 2010 BBC modernization, as well as the slightly AU adaptation Elementary. However, it is possible that the great detective isn't interested in anyone. This is Shipper's Guide to the Galaxy, and let's discuss, is Sherlock Holmes asexual? So first off, why do people think Holmes may be asexual? Well, this belief largely comes from the 19th century stories written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle that make numerous references to Holmes' solitary nature and his actual aversion to the opposite sex. Well, except for the woman, Irene Adler, who he admires from an intellectual level despite keeping a picture of her in negligee in his drawer, right next to the heroine. In terms of his character, it is said, all emotions, and that one particularly, were abhorrent to his cold, precise, but admirably balanced mind, and as a lover, he would have placed himself in a false position. To admit such intrusions into his delicate and finely adjusted temperament was to introduce a distracting factor. Holmes certainly never pursues romance in the original canon, and indeed shuns most social niceties, the exception being his friendship with Watson and a few other characters. But does this mean the character is meant to be asexual? Celibate certainly, as celibacy in the 19th century and earlier centuries was seen to demonstrate an ability to hone one's focus and not to be distracted by base needs. As for the emotionless part, which is completely independent from being asexual, let's get that out of the way right now. Well, that has to do with Doyle attempting to promote Holmes as a man of reason, the exact opposite of those irrational womenfolk with their mood swings and fainting spells, am I right? Benedict Cumberbatch, star of the 2010 BBC Sherlock adaptation, claims that he feels the character is asexual for a purpose, not because he doesn't have a sex drive, but because it's suppressed to do his work. So while there are some indications that he may be asexual, why are some fans so resistant to the idea of an asexual Sherlock? Well, for one thing, any work, and Doyle's in particular, is open to interpretation. Not everyone is going to take it the same way. Some see Holmes' aversion to women as a sign of homosexuality, coupled with his deep friendship with Watson, who shares his home for a good while. Also, the argument is made for Adler, as he thinks so highly of her and does keep her picture. Maybe his intellectual pursuits are a master that bear no distraction, even if he wanted. There are many, many interpretations, and that's part of what makes fiction and fandom so fun and rewarding. Asexual Sherlock is worth exploring, however, especially since asexuality is so underrepresented and in some cases not even believed in. Also, asexual does not mean aromantic. There is still the option for plenty of romance fics with an asexual Sherlock, so you can still enjoy all your John Locke. Just minus the smut. So what do you guys think? Is Doyle's Sherlock meant to be asexual, or is that yet another modern interpretation? Are you a Sherlock shipper? If so, who do you ship him with? Let me know all this and more in the comments below. This was a quick one here on Shipper's Guide to the Galaxy. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned, for there are as many ships out there as there are stars in the sky. Also, be sure to check out the Instagram to see what projects I'm working on next, and which of your guys' requests is coming out next. And I'll catch you next time.